Mark Casella, Todd Kane, take a look. Tom Hansing on the stand, looking, green flag.
Side by side off into turns 1 and 2. Todd Kane going to jump out in the initial race lead. Look at already the cars side by side, wheel to wheel as they go through the field. Hunter Schurenberg starting to work his way through, and at the end of lap number 1, Todd Kane leads.
Look at Justin Grant at the 40. He started shotgun dusting. Justin Grant already into the transfer to 4th, side by side for the lead down the backstretch. John Stambro side by side with Kane. Kane pulls away down the backstretch into turn number 3. Then here comes Levi Jones. He'll set 5th, trying to reel in Justin Grant for that final transfer. Stambro once again takes a look to the inside for the top spot.
That's a great race up front for the lead. Stambro finally going to clear him over in turn number 2. Todd Kane not giving up without a fight. He's now got the proverbial rear view mirror full of Hunter Schurenberg. Here comes Levi Jones. Throw a blanket over the top 5 cars right now.
Justin Grant, you've got company just behind you. He's going to try to make a move on Todd Kane. Now you've got a 3-car battle. 2 guys going to the A, 1 to the B.
Great racing in this first heat with the 50th anniversary of the United States Auto Club. Stambro leads, Schurenberg second, and right now Todd Kane trying to turn back the challenges of Grant. Here comes Grant to the inside.
Top 5 cars called the State of Ohio home. We're green here in heat race number 2, and we're going to go 3 wide. Sheldon Hahn, Sheldon, Kevin Thomas Jr. looking 4 wide off of turn number 2.
Good battle already back through the pack in this one, side by side from the 2nd spot all the way back through the field. A couple guys getting a little squirrely back there, but Mike Miller, the Lavacanet, Ohio driver, leads them to the end of lap 1. 3 wide, they stack up for the 2nd and 3rd spot.
3 wide, now here comes Brian Clausen. He'll take the 4th and final transfer, but Mike Miller has the lead right now. Now Clausen takes 3rd into turn number 4. Mike Miller still setting the pace, followed by that 2M of Dallas Hewitt. Brian Clausen really starting to make moves. You notice how much deeper Clausen drives into the corners. He'll take 2nd down the back chute. Tracy Hines now up to 4th. Tracy started shotgun, so we've seen our guys from the tail. Now Hines to 3rd. Down the back stretch, Mike Miller, you've got company. Here comes Brian Clausen and Tracy Hines in tow. Side by side for the top spot. Down the front stretch, Brian Clausen, you've got a new leader.
Mike Miller trying desperately to hang on, but he shoves up the racetrack. Tracy Hines from 9th up to 2nd.
Hines about 2 to 3 car lengths back. He'll look to the inside, slide job in turn 4. Let's see if he can clear him. Oh, Dr. Tracy Hines to the lead.
Clausen returns the favor. He led by a nose, that time by at the stripe. Dustin Smith immediately jumps out into the early race lead, but he's got the People's Champ Dave Darlin in tow.
So now we're side by side for the 4th and final transfer.
While all this is going on, Dave Darlin is just walking the dog at the front of this one. 4 laps down, 4 laps to go. Dave Darlin has got the 11 on cruise control. Team is in 2nd. Dustin Smith right now hanging on to 3rd. They're nearly 3 wide behind him for the final transfer spot.
For the battle on the racetrack, the Hawk, Darren Hagan, has taken the 4th and final transfer. Hagan looks to the inside. Oh, Baloo gets up the back of Hagan Gardner. Can he keep it going? Hagan somehow keeps it going.
I'll be on the line, 8 laps to the finish. Green is out.
That start looks much better. Bud Kading now goes 3 wide. We're going to try to go 4 wide. Bobby East on the bottom of the racetrack in the 5.
Still side by side, and now side by side up front for the lead. Coleman Gulick on the inside. He'll lead at the end of lap number 1.
Coons Jr. comes looking. Coons, oh my! Terry Coons Jr., the 4th and final transfer.
They're side by side. Coons on the inside trying to take that spot away. They remain wheel to wheel through turns 3 and 4. Give the final transfer spot to Jerry Coons. 4 down, 4 to go. Barring any major setbacks, but a great battle for the 2nd spot. BK looking back down to the inside of Whited. Right now can't get the job done. Oh, Whited gets into the up and over down the back straightaway, and that'll put us under red as Brandon Whited sees his good run come to an end here in heat race number 4.
USAC, Ames Oil National Sprint Cars, 50 years at Eldora, 50 laps, minimum 10,000 to win. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at the Eldora Speedway, it's showtime! Barreling off down into turns 1 and 2, nearly 3 wide up front for the race lead.
lead. Coleman Golick going to try to hang on and lead lap number 1. He's high, wide, and handsome through turns 3 and 4. Your leader of the sprint car shootout by NAPA, Coleman Golick at the end of lap 1.
Coleman Golick leads lap number 1. Brian Clausen is closing in. There's Dave Darlin. Here comes Hunter Schoenberg closing in on Darlin for the 3rd spot. 3 wide for 4th down the backstretch. Thomas Meserol takes the 5th spot into turn number 3.
Team S moves the 5 up into the top 5. In front of him, Hunter Schoenberg. Dave Darlin settles into the 3rd spot. Up front, Brian Clausen looking down to the inside. A Golick in a bid for the lead. Clausen closing the gap. He'll look down to the inside again in 3 and 4. They're side by side, wheel to wheel for the top spot. Golick hangs on momentarily.
Coleman Golick leads another one. Here comes Clausen going to the inside. Brian Clausen gets down to the inside, tries the slide jump. No. Golick keeps the momentum on the top side of the racetrack. Your race is for the top spot. Here comes Clausen again. He'll put his dukes up and fight. Golick misses a cushion. You've got a new leader. Brian Clausen to the top spot. He'll hang on to lead lap 3.
Meanwhile, Tracy Hines pulls a slider over in turns 3 and 4. He gets by Coleman Golick. Move Hines momentarily into 3rd. Golick back to the inside.
Coleman Golick returns the favorite slider. Now Hines reads him like a book and dives down to the inside. Tracy Hines takes 3rd spot. Now Hunter Schoenberg starting to follow suit. Schoenberg lurking. He'll go side by side with the 14 of Coleman Golick. That's your race for 4th. Hunter Schoenberg takes 4th into turn number 2. That'll push the 14 of Golick back to 5th. Thomas Meserol is turning the wick up in the 5 car. He is hungry. Meserol moving side by side with Hines. Wheel to wheel into turn 3. Meserol on the inside. Hines gets caught on the lap car. Team S into 3rd. Man, did Darlin close that gap quick into turn number 2. Darlin does the slider. You've got a new leader now. Here comes Clausen clawing back. Clausen and Darlin throwing haymakers. Last time Darlin got robbed on the last lap by Tracy Hines. Is Clausen sitting back as we approach halfway? Trouble for the 14 of the Iceman, Coleman Golick. As the motor expiring for the Hazardous Sports Rob's Market entry, and what a tough break for Coleman as he was running in the top 5 and really battling it out. Off at turn number 4, we're back to the green. They'll pick the pace back up. Dave Darlin jumps outside early lead. Clausen down to the bottom. Will he throw the slider? He'll light up the racetrack. No, he'll fall into line. Tracy Hines still 3rd now. We saw Brian Clausen do that though, so could it be temporarily? Oh, Tracy Hines up and over the cushion. End around.
Green flag back out. We're back racing. Dave Darlin, the Pied Piper at the head of the pack. Here comes Brian Clausen, just like he did last time. Going to try a slider in 1 and 2. Can't quite get it done. Darlin will motor back ahead down the back straightaway.
Brian couldn't quite get it done. He'll dive again to the inside and try to make it work once more, but Dave Darlin's got too much momentum, wound up on the top side of the racetrack. Robert Ballou to 5th, Chase Stockin, they'll go side by side. A couple of guys that started back in the 20s. Ballou to 5th, and he can get up to 3rd in the next lap. He's got 2 guys within range.
Unbelievable. Robert Ballou from dead last, trying to work his way up into the top 3, and he jumped the cushion just a little bit, coming off corner number 2. And that's what's happening right now. You see the cream kind of rising to the top as Robert Ballou tries to work his way into the top 5 and around Hagen.
Robert Ballou works past Darren Hagen. Those are the 2 they tangled in their heat race earlier. Maybe Hagen's car started to drift away a little bit.
14 laps remaining in this one. The People's Champ, Dave Darlin, trying to hang on. Clausen with a big advantage in the 2nd spot, but our eyes are glued to this phenomenal battle for 3rd. It's Stambro with a 21, Stockin in the 32, and here comes Ballou up into the 4th spot.
Robert Ballou is on the hammer. He brought his big boy pants here to Eldora. He'll look to work past John Stambro to get on the podium. We talked about it earlier, Ballou to 3rd.
Robert Ballou from 23rd to 3rd. Are you kidding me? I don't believe it. 12 laps remaining in this one. The question is, does he have any time remaining to try to reel in your race leaders? It looks like maybe Brian Clausen is closing in a little bit on your race leader, Dave Darlin.
Down the backstretch, Brian Clausen has Dave Darlin in his sights. Maybe Clausen was playing that cat and mouse game, saving his tires. 4 to go this time. Brian Clausen within 2 car lengths.
Brian Clausen trying to get the job done here with 4 laps remaining. He is now just a couple car lengths away from your race leader. And Robert Ballou off the pace on the back straightaway. Robert Ballou's amazing run will come to an end from 23rd to 3rd. He slows on the back stretch.
3 laps remaining and plenty of lap cars in front of your leader, Dave Darlin. Yellow.
Green.
Clausen again tries the slider, nothing going. I wondered if he tried to do that or fall into line. He lost all sorts of ground down the backstretch. It'll be 3 to go this time. Clausen's got a lot of ground to close with time running out.
Time is indeed running out as they cross the stripe this time. Just 3 laps to go.
Darlin works the top side down the backstretch. Clausen, Stambro, Stockton, and Mesereau to 5th. Off of turn number 4, the NAPA Summer Shootout, $10,000, extra 5 for winning. It's Dave Darlin.
Blake, there's a big celebration going on down here as he climbs out of the car. A round of applause for the people's champ, Dave Darlin. One more big round of applause for the people's champ, Dave Darlin. Caution lights are out. The Eldora Speedway Chevrolet Pace truck falls down into the infield. 20 laps to the finish in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is showtime with the NRA Sprint Invaders. Kyle Sauter powers into the early lead. Field gets bottlenecked up back behind him in turns 1 and 2. Jared Horseman, though, going to dive down to the inside. They're side by side, wheel to wheel off the corner. Jared Horseman leads by a nose at the stripe. Jared Horseman back down to the inside. Those 2 cars side by side up front. Meanwhile, Tony Stewart's worked his way up into the number 4 spot. Keep your eyes on smoke. Kent Walters will be the first car to go 1 lap down. Tony Stewart now to the outside of Hud Horton. That's a battle for the 3rd spot. Horton on the inside, Smoke on the outside. Cross flags being shown to the field. 10 down, 10 to go. Oh, Kyle Sauter, if he can hang on, this one's been a long time coming. Won several races here at Eldora in the late 90s, but has been absent in victory lane since, I believe, 2001. Tony Stewart takes the 3rd spot away from Hud Horton with 9 laps to go. Jared Horseman still all over your race leader, Kyle Sauter, like a pack of dogs on a 3-legged cat. Up at the front of the field, Tony Stewart going to throw his name into the hat as well. Stewart works around the lap traffic. Tony Stewart rim riding around Eldora Speedway. 3 cars up front battling for the lead and slicing and dicing in lap traffic. Here comes Sauter to the outside of Luke Hall, and now 2 lap cars sit between your race leader, Kyle Sauter, in 2nd place, Jared Horseman. Horseman under fire from Tony Stewart. Stewart down to the inside, and move your track owner up into the 2nd spot. Luke Hall up the pace of the back straightaway. He'll fall down into the infield. Tough break for the Ludlow Falls Ohio driver. Tony Stewart closing the gap. Kyle Sauter's had a couple of victories taken away from him here in the last couple years. Stewart right there now knocking on the door. Here comes Tony Stewart down to the inside. Smoke gonna take the lead in this one with just 2 laps to go. Kyle Sauter gonna fight back down to the inside. He can't return the favor. Sauter's still right there, this time by the white flag a wave. Stewart maintaining 2 car lengths. Rick Foley's white flag flies. Final time around, Tony Stewart trying to win from the 7th starting spot. Into corner number 3, off of corner number 4, checkered flag in the air. Tony Stewart gonna get the win. And as he climbs out of the car, Eldora Speedway, let him hear you. Tonight's winner is gonna be Tony Stewart. Green flag is out and we're underway. Oh my, Paul Pardo. It's a great start down on the inside of the racetrack. Gets by about a dozen cars. Barney Craig leads, Casey Barr 2nd, Todd Gross 3rd. Rob Trent is 4th, Paul Pardo on the inside of Sean Philippi. Those 2 cars are side by side for 5th. Todd Gross trying to work back around the high side of Paul Pardo now. They go side by side. Pardo's off the pace. The 410 of Paul Pardo, the winner here 2 weeks ago, is off the pace, and the yellow flag flies for an accident in turn number 4. And oh, trouble down the back straightaway. the 0-1 of Ernie Woodard. Dean Pitts back down to the inside of Mark Wooten. Those two cars side by side for the 4th spot. Pitts from the back of the field up to 4th. Mark Wooten trying to hang on up in the cushion. Pitts down to the inside of Philippi. White flags out. Final time around. The 19 of Wayne Williams into the wall coming off the 4th turn. Williams' car is stuck against the outside wall, and that'll be it. Race is complete. It'll be a checkered yellow situation with the time limit expired. The winner is going to be the 71C of Barney Craig.